Hey guys, Sandy here, and I am super excited to be bringing you another scrapbooking video today. Today I have decided to play with some glitter glaze, some washi tape, and one of the stencils from Scrapping Reflections. I'm going to be scrapbooking this photo of Cogsworth and Lumiere, and I am just really excited. Look at this. Lumiere has a match as his baton. Like, how cool is that? Okay guys, let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so a lot of times when you hear the words mixed media, you think big, extravagant pages, lots of chunky, painty bits, and all that kind of good stuff. But sometimes mixed media can just be glitter glaze. And since glitter glaze packs such a punch, you don't need a whole heck of a lot of other types. Now, if you want to go bigger than this kind of page, you can definitely do that. You could watercolor a background and put this on top of it. You could gesso and use all kinds of pastes and paints and all that kind of stuff if you wanted to. Now, I am using this Mandala Stencil from Scrapping Reflections. I went ahead and just trace the inner circle of it, and then I'm just doing that on a scrap piece of white cardstock. I'm using the washi tapes that I picked out, so I've got some silver, some kind of white glittery bits, a blue glittery bit, and then I went ahead and pulled in some black and white just so that I would be able to have a bit of contrast on this layout. I didn't want everything just to be like blue and sparkly. So I went ahead and did that. I'm pressing the washi tape down because I don't want it to pop up on me. As you guys know, some washi tapes are a little bit less sticky than other ones. I went ahead and traced that circle again, this time on the back side of that scrap sheet of paper, and I am using my scissors to cut out a circle. Now, if I wanted to, I could have went and pulled out my circle dies, put the die on top of this, ran it through my die cut machine, and I would have had a completely perfect circle instead of a hand cut one. But since I'm not really worried about perfection and that right now, because I'm going to be working with some glitter glaze, I'm not too concerned, and I just cut it out by hand. So now I'm going to go ahead and place my stencil in the center of my white cardstock. Now, I'm not using anything special with this white cardstock, you guys. There are white cardstocks that are made to accept wet media a little bit better than regular white cardstock. Like I said, this is not one of them. This is close to my heart, white daisy cardstock. I like the color of white that cardstock is, and I like the thickness of it. So that's what I use. Now, another cardstock that you could use is Vicky Bouton's Foundations paper. That stuff is made for mixed media. It is very hard to find in stock. Once it's in stock someplace, it goes out of stock really quick. I've tried a couple times to order it for the shop, and every single time it is back ordered, so there is that. But like I said, you can just use a white cardstock. You just have to be prepared that you're going to get a little bit of warping and basically be okay with it, and I'm totally okay with it. And if you're hearing any kind of paper rustling in the background, I'm actually washing the back of my layout right now because it is completely dry and I can do that. So I am not a person that likes to completely wait for her mixed media to dry, and I didn't want to heat gun it because I knew that that would actually add a lot more warping. So we pulled off the stencil, that magical moment of pulling off the stencil. I set it aside. We DoorDashed lunch today. So we ate lunch, and then now I'm going to go ahead and finish the layout. So I felt like I needed to add a little bit of weight to this page. It was feeling very light and airy and sparkly and fun, but I need a little bit more oomph. I do have that black washi tape in the center of what's going to be the center of the circle. So I decided to tear my edges, and I'm going to put some black washi tape and other washi tapes behind those torn edges. And what I'm doing is I'm doing this on the diagonal. A lot of the times when I have a center focused layout like this one, I will leave it center focused, but I really want it kind of your eye to follow the diagonal line of the page. So by tearing a place upper on the top upper left and then on the lower right, what that's going to do is give your eye a place to land on. And because of the washi tape being so much darker, your eye is going to pop to those places first. When I look at this page, the first thing I see is the black, and it makes my eye go diagonally down the page, and then I see the photo, and then I see the sparkle. Now, which is weird because usually when I do glitter glaze, that is the first thing my eye goes to. But since I'm using a white cardstock and lighter color glitter glazes, your eye is going to be drawn to that deeper, darker color of the black. Now, I didn't really talk about how I was applying the glitter glaze when I did that, so I'm going to just talk about that for a second. I feel like I have so much to say about this layout and not enough time to say it. Maybe I shouldn't have sped this up when I did the voiceover. So anyway, I used a palette knife, and as you guys may or may not know, I do use one palette knife for my glitter glaze because no matter what, glitter's going to stick to that sucker. I did use a plastic palette knife before this, but sadly that thing broke. So now I'm using the metal one, and I'm hoping that the metal one will last a little bit longer than the plastic one. The plastic one lasted a good amount of time, but I just like the feel of the metal one. So anyway, I used the metal to apply the glitter glaze, and I wanted the glitter glaze not to have any kind of harsh lines when I was mixing the colors. I didn't want you to look at it and be like, okay, that's where the silver starts, and that's where the denim starts, and that's where the other color starts, which I forget, Snowdrift. And that's where Snowdrift starts. I wanted it to kind of meld into each other and kind of like melt into each other. So that's why I started with the denim and I placed that around. And then I added in the silver and just kind of mixed the colors in together, but still leaving a good amount of the denim color so that you could see that darker blue glitter. And then I topped it off with the Snowdrift, which is that lighter blue, and just went ahead and kind of filled in the gaps and made sure everything was nice and smooth. And then we pulled off the stencil, and it's like magic, and it's gorgeous. Now, I did trim down this photo to a 4x4 square. I find that when I have a circular element in the center of my page and I'm just using one photo, I seem to prefer it to be in a square. It feels a little lopsided if I'm putting a landscape photo down there. If it was a portrait photo, it wouldn't feel lopsided to me, which is funky because a circle is a circle is a circle, and there's no way to make a circle lopsided unless you push in on it. But it just feels funky to me. So I don't know if that's like a design principle or anything like that, or you could even tie it to a design principle. But it feels funky to me. And most of my scrapbooking is done how I feel. If I like something, then I'm going to do it. If I want to add, a certain color because I like it, then we're going to do it. So it's just a lot of what I scrapbook is how the page and the products make me feel. And that is very hard sometimes for me to express. The reason why, because it's a feeling in my heart, it's a feeling in my head, it's like a gut feeling, like this is the way it should be. And I think sometimes we just have to listen to those voices a little bit more than listening to everyone else. And here I am telling you what to do while I'm saying don't listen to everyone else. Kind of ironic. But it's okay because, I'm telling you to do your own thing. And I really, really want you to do your own thing. Do what makes you happy. If mixed media makes you happy, then do it. If glitter glaze makes you happy, then do it. And I hope you guys did get in on that glitter glaze sale at Brutus Monroe. I posted it on my Facebook and in the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group. They had a 70% off sale with glitter glaze. It was like up to 70% off. And then when you used a code, you got an extra percentage off. And let me just tell you, the prices were phenomenal. So if you, yeah. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, I don't post that kind of stuff very often in the Facebook group, just when it's a really good deal. Like, I'm not going to spam you with Brutus Monroe deals in the Facebook group, because it is a Scrapping Reflections Facebook group. But if something is awesome, like that glitter glaze deal was awesome, I'm going to share it with you. That's just the way it is. So anyway, if you're interested in those kind of things, join the Facebook group, and yeah, just join the Facebook group. So I'm putting down the title, and the title is Be Our Guest. Even though you can see that in the photo down below that says Be Our Guest, I just think that repetitiveness is okay, and I like that I have it in the photo and also here as my title. To be fair, it is cut off in the photo, and that isn't me cutting it off when I cropped my photo down. That is just truly how I took the photo. I was less concerned about the wording and more concerned about getting Lumiere and Cogsworth in my photo. So I did pull out my Metallics Kill-A-Kit for January, just because I've got lots of sparkle and shine. There's lots of silver over here, and I figured I could bring in some more. So I brought in these puffy heart stickers, and to be fair, these puffy silver heart stickers weren't even part of my Kill-A-Kit. They were part of my December project kit. But I have put my December project kit away because I have finished my album, and I figured, you know what, you're doing a metallic kit in January, so some of this stuff can go in there. So the hearts and stars are now in the metallic kit. So instead of killing the kit, I'm adding to the kit. But you know what, that means that product is getting used, so that makes me happy. Now I do grab some of these silver rub-ons as well, and I'm just going to rub them on here where I have the torn paper edges. Now I did think about doing a black doodly lined border around this layout, but I felt like, you know, this layout is kind of free with the way that the Mandala stencil kind of radiates out. And even though I grounded it a little bit with the black washi tape and the tear out areas, I did not want to completely encase the layout. So I decided against the doodly border. I do grab some black enamel dots, and I place those in 3 clusters on each area where I have washi tape. And I do use a large, a medium, and a small enamel dot. That is my favorite way to add enamel dots, is to have them clusters of 3 in varying sizes. That makes me happiest. Even if they're different colors, the clusters of 3 and the varying sizes are what, you know, that gets my enamel dot jam on. So I also add a little bit of journaling. I don't have a whole heck of a lot to say about this photo. I don't even remember where the photo is exactly in Disneyland, but all I know is that Disney does the details right. So that's what I journal about. Disney really does get the details right. Just look at the matchstick that he's holding on his little candle hand. And that's really all I have to say about that layout, because it's not evoking any kind of like emotional memory. There's no big, huge story to it other than, dang, Disney can do these details right, which is a theme of what Lana and I said during her birthday weekend. So there it is, you guys. I did go ahead and add that rhinestone Mickey head because this is in Lana's birthday album. And as you guys know, eventually every single page will have a Mickey head on it. So there it is. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you love the glitter and sparkly, shining, shimmering, splendid as much as I do. And I will see you again real soon for another video.